Okay, we won last week, so let's spin the wheel. Okay, we got an unban. There are currently no cards banned on our pool, so we'll keep it as protection for the next one.
Hi everyone, so this week we're going to Homelands. So in this expansion, it's a bit lower power level. A couple of these it seems to be ebbing and flowing a lot as we get to these expansions, but we're going to be hitting a pretty big power spike very soon as we get to alliances. But in the meantime, we've got some cool cards like Sarah Aviary, giving all flying creatures +1/+1. Aether Storm makes it so you have to pay 4 life to destroy this. Any player can do that, but you can't cast any creature spells while it's in play. We've got some flying creatures like Albatross. We got Minotaur, Memory Lapse, a really good counter spell that puts this card on top of the deck. Some big creatures like Marajan. Merchant Scroll, really good in combo cards. You'll see that in like Vintage. At Baron Sengir, a really hard to kill flying creature that also is going to reanimate your vampires for you. Got Ishan Sade, which is a 5/5 protection from white. Really good against those mono white decks and can just win. In fact, I think it placed really well in one of the first Pro Tours it was a part of. We got some World Enchantments. Veldrain of Sengir, which is a 5/5, which can gain Forest Walk, but then it's a 2/5, so not insane. The red cards are kind of cool. We've got stuff like Chandler to destroy artifacts. We've got some spirits here, or minotaurs, which would be nice if we had Didgeridoo. Dwarven Pony on the reserve list, pretty cool. Card art, we got Joven, also going to destroy artifacts. In green, we got Autumn Willow, which is really nice because it has hexproof. Oh no, it has Shroud. And cost a green to get rid of the Shroud. A lot of cool cards here that we're looking for. We got Apocalypse Chime. So this is one of those things from the older sets where you have set hate within your set, where for 2 mana you can play this, and then 2 more, sacrifice it, bury all the cards from Homelands. So all the Homelands cards go away. Spectral Bears, 2 mana 3/3, unlike Bears that's usually a 2/2. But if your opponent controls no black cards, it doesn't untap. So really good against black decks, but not great against other stuff. Got Serrated Arrows, which is pretty nice. It comes in with 3 counters, and you can tap it to remove one of those and put a -1/-1 counter on your opponent's creatures. And we have the first Tri-Land. So these can tap for a colorless mana or 1 of 3 mana, and it costs 1 for one of the colors. So here we got the green one, the white one, black, red and blue, and then 2 for the other 2 colors. So it's a pretty good mana fixer at the current time, being able to get all these different colors on one land. Obviously nowadays we've got the Triomes, which are miles ahead of this, but for the time it was a decent way of getting you multiple colors in one deck and getting that color fixing that you may need. So I'll see you guys in the pack openings. Talk to you soon.
Alright, let's start talking about our openings for this week. So we opened 5 packs of Chronicles and 15 packs of Homelands. Now, I think these 2 are the sets that have the least cards ported to MTGO. So you'll see very few cards on here, 43 total, and for Homelands 58. And this is after many repulls for rares that were in there, multiple cards that were in there. So hopefully, shortly we're getting into Alliances, which has a lot more cards, and as we progress in the expansion series, we'll see a lot more cards that are good. So, interesting things to talk about, mostly that we get finally the cards that we were needing for Tron. We won't have a full playset of all the cards, because I believe mine we only had 0, and this is our 2 copies. We also got Boomerang, which is a pretty good, just generic bounce spell, even for lands, so it's pretty useful. And other just generic cards, but we mostly had places of everything. The card that I'm most excited about is Dance of Many, one of my favorite cards in all of Magic, and you'll see it sometimes even in the vintage brews that I'm doing lately with blue-white cats. Other than that, Dandan just for the funsies. Witch Hunter is kind of an interesting one that I might consider at some point, just because of kind of like a inevitability in terms of like damage and also bouncing cards, but very slow and very expensive, so we'll see. For Homelands, also not a lot. In terms of the control deck that we're playing, the best cards we're getting is Memory Lapse as well as Serrated Arrows, just because there is a substantial amount of things that you can start making creatures smaller and killing the smaller things, and if we end up playing more bounce spells, we can always bounce the Serrated Arrows back to our hand. And other than that, we had the Ishan Sate. Even though we don't have as many Dark Rituals, it's a pretty big one, especially if Matt ends up pulling more Swords to Plowshares. However, it gets completely tagged by Icy Manipulator, so it's here or there. And the Randless is a kind of an interesting one. As a 5/2 haster, the regeneration is quite steep, but it's a pretty aggro card to be playing. So those are our pulls for this week. Let's check what deck are we playing this time.
Hi everyone. So this week in our Homelands openings, we got some cool cards. We got Recall, which is going to let us get some cards back while also discarding cards from our hand. We've got a lot of Memory Lapses, which is nice. We got Ashnod's Altar, which might be good in the future. Felden's Cane, very nice for control decks where you can just try to mill out your opponent and buy back your deck, so you're just constantly going 1 for 1, but they will eventually run out of cards. We've got a couple cool enchantments here, like Sarah Aviary to give our creatures with flying +1/+1. We've got Aether Storm, where summon spells cannot be played, but any player can pay 4 life to be able to destroy this. So it's kind of a nice way if you're going up against a creature deck to be like, okay, well you got to pay 4 life if you want to play any more creatures, kind of like a burn spell. Got a couple big creatures like Savitri Skarkum, got Sea Sprites, got some Hell's Caretaker, which you'll see in our match, and definitely a lot of cool cards. Got Dandan, Kumbaj Witches, Baron Singir, Aladdin again. So I'll see you guys with the deck.
Alright, so let's talk about this week's deck. So we are choosing Violence once again. Matt was playing this small burn deck last week, and I thought that with us pulling the remaining pieces of Tron for our deck, we could just go with like big burn spells. So this is just basically as balls to the wall as you can get in terms of like just big X spells. We have 7 fireball-ish effects between Disintegrate and Fireball. Picking Disintegrate more over Fireball purely because Fireball has gotten me with how it's worded. I just don't understand how this card works. Colossus of Sardia is just for the funsies, but because we have so much mana that actually playing it and untapping it is going to cost us basically the same amount of mana. Aaron as just the top end with the Cold Golem. Rock Egg, which is just there in the case that we just can block, if that makes sense. But with Ashnod's Altar and things like Bolt and Chain Lightning, it could be a way to just making a big flyer. Suchi, because we can always keep it. It's a 4/4/4/4, but also if we sack it with our Ashnod's Altar, this gives us 6 mana to pump into some of our big spells. And Juggernaut as well as like a big dumb idiot just to go ham and attack. Everything else is just cards that get pumped or help us to filter. Icy Manipulator because it's just good. Mana Flare, which I thought would just double the mana, kind of like Heartbeat of Spring of sorts, but it only adds 1 extra mana. Still, with the amount of lands we're going to play, it's going to be pretty good. Desert is because we're very colorless, and so it's good for the small creatures that can attack us. If you have 2, it's very difficult for Matt's creatures to hit us. And Dwarven Ruins is like an extra like big jump in terms of the damage. Game of Chaos is here just for the memes, honestly. I doubt that Matt is going to accept the wager because we are doubling how much life we're losing with every flip. But it might be just a last hooray into that, and I thought it was fun, so why not? On the sideboard, we are adding mostly Red Elemental Blast for their Blue Elemental Blast and counter spells to get just big spells through. If Matt's playing counters, we'll just have to play a lot more passively and just save everything for like a very big spell that we can defend. Rack and Stormworld, which is similar-ish to a Rack, even though it's by model, just in case we end up in like an aggro versus us matchup, in which case this is going to help us to finish them off. Straighted arrows for the aggro matchups as well. Shatter to get rid of some artifacts, mostly either it's gonna be not grindstone, millstone, or something of the sort. Stone Ring for annoying lands. Catapult is just another X spell, but it's only for all creatures that map controls, even though it divides evenly. It might just be enough to kind of like wipe the board in a way. And Feldon's Cane also for the Millstone matchup.
Hi everyone. This week we're doing a little bit of a spicy brew. We're going for Reanimator, and you may be wondering, why do you have Ornithopters and Vampire Bats in your Reanimator deck? Well, that's because we have 3 Hell's Caretakers, which in our upkeep we can sacrifice a creature card to bring back one of our big creatures like Deep Spawn, Berenson Gear, Evan Praetor, Mahamuti Jin from our graveyard. So the goal is we're going to put up a bunch of small creatures while trying to discard with the Tome as well as Krovikin Sorcerer to get our reanimation online. We also have Animate Dead as another way to reanimate our creatures, and Dreams of the Dead, which for 4 mana lets us pay 2 mana at any time, so 1 in a blue, to bring back a white or black creature from our graveyard, but it does have cumulative upkeep too. So if we do it on our opponent's end step, they'll be able to attack on our turn, but we will have to pay 2 mana on the cumulative upkeep. So that's the plan for today. Let's see how it goes. See you guys in the matches. Alright everyone, it is time for Homelands. Man, I've been on the play non-stop, huh?
I know, right? Well, this is...
Right.
Is this good? It's not good.
This hand is keepable, and that is the best thing I can say about it.
Quite good, actually. Well, quite good.
I think you should mull it. You shouldn't be allowed to play good hands.
No. I mean, good. Let's be let's be reasonable. As good as it gets.
Dude, I'm about to play the best 1-drop you've ever seen. You're not ready for this.
Oh my gosh, what am I putting back? I'm putting back this.
Card's unbeatable.
I'm putting less things and just trust. No, I can't do that. This is good. This is good. Whatever. I think I'll draw another one at some point.
Alright, you ready?
No.
Want to concede now?
Vampire Bats.
It is a 1 mana 0/1 that can be pumped to 2/1 for 2 mana.
You can do whatever you want with that. Oh gosh. If I lose to the bats,
Oh god.
it's gonna be...
You're gonna Tron me out. It's so messed up.
I got mine finally. Gosh. I was so upset not doing any of those. Okay. Does this kill you faster? Probably. It's quite an investment, to be honest. I mean, it takes two for me to... Oh, memory lapse, it's even worse. Interact now. 3. Krovikan Sorcerer. Discard a non-black draw.
Yeah.
What in the world?
We got the sorcerer coming in to discard and draw. God.
Last thing flies. I am kind of afraid of this card.
What? It's a 1/1.
No, that's why I'm afraid. But drawing cards with, I've realized, is very good.
Nah, that's make believe.
Sengir Autocrat.
Got my serfs.
When this creature leaves the battlefield, exile all serf tokens. Okay. So if I kill it, you just lose all of those dudes?
Yep.
Okay.
Are you about to kill it?
Yes.
No, my serfs.
Although, I mean, this bat is doing work, man.
Yeah, I told you. It's the best 1-drop
my
ever.
tower. Come on, tower, you can do it. I mean, it's not
You're never getting the tower.
It's still green, but... Oh, strip mine. Nice. I'm gonna play... this.
No.
Okay. I didn't care about it anyway. Should I strip mine your swamp just so that the vampires hit me for less?
I mean, it's not the worst possible thing you can do.
It might be the play. Crazily enough. It really depends on what you do here. No, counter spell.
Back to the top.
Oh, to the top. I feel like that is... God, this... It's just like if you draw a swamp, my play is so bad, but at the same time I think I have to.
I mean, you're basically protecting yourself from one damage here. Because you're about to get the icy back.
Yeah. You can still counter it or lapse it again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insurance in case you got rid of it. See, it's enough. Okay, well.
The nice thing is I can force you to tap the icy manipulator before I pump the bat.
Sacrifice a creature and target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only during upkeep. Sure.
Yep.
It's nothing good right now.
Nope.
Doesn't mean that there can't be. Oh, wait a second. I had this problem last time. Let me just... Sorry, 1 second.
Reading the card explains the card.
You'd think so, but I'm gonna get mad pissed if this doesn't work.
You got the boat.
Yes, finally. I remember we've explained this, but we've played this before. I remember last time we played this, I messed the math completely, and I just stopped out for no reason.
Dude, what the fuck? Oh my god, these have been a series of very unfortunate draws.
Sorry to hear that.
Ooh, Juggernaut. It's a good card.
Yeah, don't have to tap this once. Dun. What the fuck? Trample, first strike, put a -2/-2, sacrifice a creature, remove it. If it was a thrall, put a +1/+1. My god. Play the craziest card sometimes.
Yep. Oh, you're gonna tap it on like okay.
Well, I need to attack.
That's fair. That is fair.
My Juggernaut has to attack every turn.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, I guess.
Sure.
Jin?
If that's all, you're dead.
Yep.
Okay.
God.
Okay, so we're taking out all of these cards. I think the altar is not gonna be good enough, so I'm taking all of these 3 out. Stone Rain doesn't look like it's gonna be interesting enough. Game of Chaos obviously was just for funsies, but I think like we have to take it a little bit seriously. Catapult, they had a lot of like 0-1s, 1-1s, so this is gonna be good to just destroy it. I saw a couple of big blue creatures, the Mamadi Jin, so those are also good. So I did the arrows just like for more of the small creatures, and we can go.
Okay, so for sideboard, bringing in the Elemental Blast and Hydroblast, as well as a Steel Artifact. And we're taking out some Ornithopters, a Vampire Bat, Jeweled Amulet, and Gabriel Angelfire. That way we're going to be able to counter a lot more stuff and get some artifact stuff from them. Hopefully this time we'll get to reanimate our creatures. Okay.
This is acceptable.
I think I can do better. Okay, this will...
I hope not.
Not... Honestly, this is probably worse. Okay. Hmm. Well, not having Tron is very good. God, you have Silvering. So you must have top decked that.
Huh?
Otherwise, you would have played it last turn.
Well, unless I wanted red for something.
There's nothing you'd really want red for to stop a 2-mana spell. Overplaying Soul Ring turn 1. I think that would just be a mistake.
There actually was. I did have the...
Red Elemental Blast would have not been worth keeping up, in my opinion.
What else am I doing? I don't need to ramp that much. Tome, sure. That seems like a good card.
It is a card that exists. Okay, you got plenty of mana.
Just start doing math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. As good as any day.
Sure.
I saw the life go down and I thought you were Force of Willing. That's how how used I am to that.
Thanks for putting the Hell's Caretaker in the graveyard.
Hell's Caretaker. Man, that just goes to show how bad Reanimator was before. Like how good Reanimate is, even for the time.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, you've got your desert.
God.
Do I? No, this is kind of weird.
You're not doing much, so.
Nope. I'm not doing a whole lot. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not doing much either.
I guess I'll put City Brass in the graveyard. I guess it's Brainstorm.
The Loomstone is fine with Brainstorm, but it's like so sad that this card's just not that great.
Yeah.
Anime dead, sure.
Got a 4/6.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, both fine.
It's actually pretty good.
Oh, it's a lot of mana.
That's a lot of mana.
Thank you for your contribution.
God, fuck you. Not doing anything with that anyway. Draw this card, draw this card. That's whatever. Caretaker. What the fuck is this thing? Present like a white or black creature from your relative battlefield against community active 2 is a creature with the battlefield exiled instead. Turn target white or black. Oh, so you can. So the Sengir. Doesn't do anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So not enough. You can do this at any time. Get that back. You're hitting me for like not that much, honestly, so I don't really care.
Yeah, my hands are pretty slow right now.
Can't attack me with that. this card just to see if you find something better. The fuck?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That is so unfair. This has to have something crazy. At the beginning of your upkeep, after this creature unless you mill 2 cards. This creature can shroud at the end of turn and tap until your next blah blah tap this creature. That is so colossally annoying.
Pretty happy about that.
How does this work?
You gotta wait till the end of combat. Don't worry, I won't phase this.
Yeah,
Put your thing on.
I have it. Oh my god, it's so strange. Thank you. You're a good friend.
You're welcome.
There you go. Okay. You draw the counter spell.
Am I dead? Oh my god, I'm dead.
Yes! Let's go.
Okay. Well, you got it.
That's good. So, last time you won with this.
Oh, yeah, last time I just kind of blamed your clock. I just,
So now,
unfortunately, did not have in the cards. I drew 5 of my payoffs in a row, and I was 1 mana short for 2 of them, which was... The short mine really worked in that way. Because I drew a land, and I would have been able to play the gym.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Well, now we're back to where we started, actually, so it's good. So the record is correct now, I think, right?
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Cool.
you can just... We have a tally of the old wins and losses that we will
So from now on, we are
keep for
correct,
posterity, but...
basically.
Yep. Well, thank you everyone for watching this week, and we will see you in the next one.
Take care.